Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at the 2019 LA Auto Show, walking around. Of course, there's been a lot of talk about this car. This is the 2020 BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe. Let's talk a little bit about this car. We all know the 2 Series. You've seen them here on Rady's Rides. Well, guess what? This 2 Series Gran Coupe does not sit on an actual 2 Series chassis. It sits on an X1 chassis. So what that means is instead of being rear-wheel drive, it's front-wheel drive. Mind-blowing, isn't it? But what BMW is hoping is that this is going to be a car that could slot in at a great price for people who don't need rear-wheel drive utmost performance, but want that great BMW styling. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, you're still going to get performance numbers out of this. So let's go ahead and dive into this 2020 BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe. Right off the bat, when you see it, you know it's a BMW. Full adaptive headlights, all LED with the daytime running lamps. I love the way they do the DRLs, that halo look. They really brought it to the 21st century without losing sense of brand identity, unlike the Corvette. Corvette, the taillights went out the window. Lower area, still fully functional with functional air curtains. I like this brushed aluminum look to it, even though it's plastic, almost looks like metal. And then I think BMW does a great job of integrating their lip spoilers into the front fascia. Now, as we come across the front of the car, there's that kidney-shaped grille design. It's changed. A lot of people are referring to it as a butterfly design because it's been stretched apart. But I like this inner weaving of design in the actual grille. You got that traditional BMW M logo, Bavarian Motor Works. Even like in the hexagonal design, it is gloss black with a little bit of a gloss black extension, but you do have functional intakes on both sides. Aggression is definitely the key. When you get up onto the hood, I really think that it's so beautiful the way the body lines start on the front fascia, go into the hood, fade away towards the windshield. As we come around, remember this is front wheel drive, something new, 2 Series Gran Coupe. We come around the corner. I'm liking what's going on with this wheel and tire setup. So you have the machined aluminum, the gloss black, multiple spoke design, really clean overall. Even the calipers, I mean, even though this isn't a full M car, the size of the calipers here are nice and large. It's got that M logo on it, the M badging. Into the fenders, nice and clean. A little bit of an M logo here. I'm gonna zonk that. That looks like somebody was bored and just put it somewhere. But other than that, very clean on the fender. We come into the mirrors, and remember what I was pointing out on the front of the car? They brought it onto the mirrors, nice touch, a little bit of gloss black, slim and trim. We go down the roof line. Now here's a zonk. We have this panoramic sunroof. Why didn't they black out the whole roof? That to me is a missed opportunity that would look awesome on this particular color. Gloss black all the way around the trim, little bit of a lower sill extension down there. And as we keep working our way towards the rear, you can see that belt line just comes into the rear fender and wraps around to the back of the car where you're gonna get a very tasteful trunk lid spoiler. I like the M235 badging, the full LED taillights. And then unfortunately, I'm not really digging the exhaust pipes, that vacuum cleaner style. I wish they would just stick with quad tips or just single tips on each side, but a very tasteful rear diffuser. Why don't we go ahead though, pop the hood of this front wheel drive BMW and see what's powering it. All right guys, we got the hood popped. Underneath that hood, you can see the structural rigidity that's been added with that bracing across the top. And what you are seeing is an M Performance badge on the engine cover. Now with this particular model, you could go 2 routes. Both routes, it's a 2-liter. So this is going to be in this particular car, the 235i. It's going to be a 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine, 301 horsepower, 332 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60. Remember how I was telling you that you can get some performance out of this car? You can get it with all-wheel drive, 0 to 60, 4.6 seconds. The thing is that you can't get a manual, and the base one is going to be front-wheel drive. But why don't we go ahead, check out the interior, and see how different this is than the other 2 Series. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 BMW 2 Series, that Gran Coupe, sitting on an X1 chassis. Inside, it feels like the other 2 Series. Let's go with the door panels. Now, on the door panels, there are a lot of dark material, but I like the stitch work, and I like that almost like a silver carbon fiber look that's going on. Very nice touch. This has the optional Harman Kardon sound system. We come to the dash, and I think it's kind of unique what BMW does with dash design. Very sharp angles, some of that simulated stitching, the carbon fiber type material. This isn't actually carbon fiber, but it looks like silver carbon fiber. Here is your infotainment system, that horizontal setup, just like in a lot of the other BMWs. I like how it's integrated. Very, very smart. Instead of it just sticking upright and it looks like you just pull it off and take it home with you, they integrate it very, very nicely on this car. Now, as we come down, you do have heated seats, but not ventilated, AC controls, and then here are your radio controls, slim and trim. We drop down, USB, 2 cup holders. You got a wireless charging pod here. There's your 12 volt. You can take this home and stick it in your ear. 8-speed automatic transmission is the only transmission option. Don't even think about a manual. Give me a break. Not on this one. Go for an M2. That's where you need to be. You got your Bmw Idrive Controller, which I'm going to have Lori show you on the screen. I could go through all different settings. We could zoom in. We could do whatever we want, which is really, really great. Easy to use. Look at that. We're zooming in. We're zooming out. We're in LA. It's crazy. We're on Earth. There we are on Earth. So a lot of gloss black. If you don't like fingerprints, you're going to not like this part. But like my mom said, if you don't want fingerprints, don't touch it. Softer on the armrest. You open it up. You got plenty of room for some horizontally placed Twinkies. If you stand them up, they're going to get squished. You're going to get cream all inside that compartment, but you do have a USB-C. Seats, great leather material. I like this gloss black design here as it flows down into the bottom portion. BMWs are so great with their manual hamstring controls, and then of course full electric. One touch, check this out. This is pretty. You got your M colors on the seatbelt. Very nice touch, and of course that panoramic sunroof. But why don't we get over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this 2 Series Gran Coupe. All right, guys, business end behind the wheel. Like the way it has the M235i badging down here. Very nice touch. You have a nice brushed aluminum dead pedal. Great size dead pedal. Remember, dead pedals are for supporting yourself, not just for resting your foot. Steering wheel, BMW, just like Mercedes does some bang up jobs on their steering wheels. I love the leather, the thickness. Don't start getting your mind in another place. But anyways, the horn button has the wonderful stitching nicely on the steering wheel controls. I wish the paddles were a little bigger. They're kind of small. I'm sure maybe some of you have heard that every now and then from certain people, but I wish the paddles were just a little bit bigger. Dash though, they knock it out of the park. It's a full digital display. I love the way you have your speedometer, your tachometer, and then of course you can configure a bunch of different things on that dash. I'm gonna have Lori kind of zoom in and show you the dash right there. Very nice, clean setup. It's saying the doors are open, which makes sense. We're gonna go ahead, check out the back seat and see, are you gonna get squished in a 2 Series Gran Coupe? All right, guys, back seat time. You can see the smaller opening on the door. I'm gonna kind of shimmy across here and see if I can sit upright. So upright with my spiked up hair, it's not working too good. So if you have spiky hair, you're not gonna like sitting back here. I do like the one-piece backs of the seats. You have a nice felt line pocket here, and then very smart to have 2 simple AC vents, and of course they got you connected technology-wise with USB-Cs in the back. Armrests, of course there's one. Pull it down, you need cup holders, bam, there's your 2 cup holders, nicely placed. I'm just a little squished in here, to be honest with you. 6 foot Joe Rady seems like Jolly Green Giant Joe Rady back here because of the limited space. But let's check out the trunk and see what kind of room we have back there. All right, guys, we got the trunk open. The wonderful thing is, even though this is a 2 Series Gran Coupe, look at the opening to the trunk, nice and large, and it's got plenty of room in there. Those seats are gonna do the 60-40 split, and watch this. Peekaboo ICU extra storage space. That's what it's all about. They use the engineering. There's no reason to go get an X1. You can enjoy driving this 2 Series Gran Coupe and have even more fun because lower center of gravity means better handling performance. But if it's cars like these that you like to see on Randy's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Randy's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, get yourself some Randy's Rides merch. Click that link in the description. I got to give it all up for my wonderful love, Lori, working that camera. So amazing here. The crowd, the people, I mean, the atmosphere. She's really just brought a nice overall feeling for everybody, and especially me and all of you with working that camera like a champ. So thank you, Lori, for all your hard work. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.